Alright guys, MTech Guy here, and today we're going to take a look at changing out the differential fluid on the little one Series E87 130i. Alright, so why would you want to go to all the trouble to change out your differential fluid? Well, oils degrade over time. Even modern synthetic oils, although they do last a reasonable amount of time, they still do deteriorate, and it's worth getting them changed out. Fluids also become contaminated over time, wear materials from all the moving parts, and also because the differential is vented to atmosphere, it's also susceptible to moisture ingress. And from my experience, pretty much every BMW that I've ever owned has never had the differential oil changed out in its lifetime, so today we're going to look at getting it done. Alright, so let's take a look at what we need to get the job done. Okay, so of course we're going to need some differential fluid. I've gone for the Castrol Syntrax 75W90. Now the capacity of the differentials in the little one series, it's roughly 0.8 litres. Now you don't necessarily have to go for this exact oil, but as long as it's 75W90 weight and it's fully synthetic, you'll be good to go. Now unfortunately, the differentials in these cars don't have a drain plug, only a fill plug, so I've gone for a genuine BMW one here, and it comes with the small O-ring gasket also. And then of course, because there's no drain plug, we need to get the old oil out somehow, so we're going to be using a suction pump here. You can use a fluid transfer pump. I'll be using a suction pump today. So what we'll do is stick this in a fill hole, we'll get all the old oil sucked out. Now you can use one of these to put the new oil back into the differential. The bottle I've got here does have a pull-out spout, so we might get away with just squirting it back in with that, or you can get one of them small hand pumps that thread onto the top of the oil bottle. If you've seen my gearbox oil change video for these cars, you'll see that I've used one in that video. But anyway, that's what you're going to need, and I'll run through the tools as we get into the job. Okay, so first up, we're going to get the car jacked up. We're going to get it sat down on 4 axle stands, and we're going to make sure the car's sat nice and level. That fill plug at the back of the differential, that's your level indicator for the fluid, just at the bottom of the hole there. So you want to make sure the car's nice and level, and then that'll give you a good indication when the differential fluid's at the correct level when you come to refill it. And something to take note of when you're draining the old fluid is that used differential oil absolutely stinks. It's got a horrible smell to it. So whatever you do, don't spill used diff fluid on your clothes. This stuff stinks, so if you do, you might as well just throw your clothes out, because you'll never get the smell out no matter how many times you put your clothes through the wash. Alright, we've got the car sitting nice and level on 4 axle stands now. Okay, so taking a look underneath the rear of the car here, of course we've got the differential right here. There's the fill plug, so that's what we need to remove first. And to remove the fill plug, we're going to be using a 14mm Allen hex tool here on a 3/8 small breaker bar. Okay, so now that the fill plug's out the way, we're going to insert our suction tube down to the bottom of the differential. We're going to suck out all that old differential fluid. Alright, I think that's about as much as we're going to get out with the suction pump. Okay, next up, we're ready to fill it up with the fresh new fluid. So we're going to keep squirting this in until we see a steady stream coming out the bottom of the fill hole there. Then we know it's at the correct level. So now we can see the fluid level is at the correct level, because we've just got a slow trickle of new fluid coming out the opening of the hole there, just coming out the bottom of the hole. So that's your level, that's spot on. So now we're ready to fit our new fill plug. Don't need to go crazy tightening it. Just a good nip, because all you're doing is compressing that small O-ring on the back of the fill plug. So there we go. And we'll finish up by just mopping up any mess. Alright, so that's that sorted. So now we're ready to lower the car back down onto its wheels, and we're all done. Alright guys, so there we have it. That's how you go about changing the differential fluid on your little 1 Series BMW from this era. If you found the video interesting or useful, don't forget to give it a like. Make sure you go and check out the rest of my YouTube channel for more BMW DIY videos. Consider subscribing if that's your cup of tea. I'm MTech Guy. Thanks a lot for watching.